Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Makita and today we're configuring a multi-area OSPF network from scratch. What kind of from scratch? I already had the layout set up. We have 6 VLANs, VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, VLAN 40, and then we have VLAN 50 and 60, which is on a route on a stick. So we're going to be tagging that traffic, you guys. Um, We also have a centralized DHCP server, and we have 3 OSPF areas. All right, let's get to work. So we'll be starting off at the brain of Area 1. Um, the layer 3 switch handles the local PC traffic, so the router doesn't have to do as much work. Okay. The first thing we have to do when it comes to layer 3 switches, when we want them to have routing capabilities, is to enable the routing capabilities by calling out IP routing. Now that's configured, we're going to go ahead and create the VLAN. Now we're going to put some devices on the VLAN. And I'm doing a range so I could do more than one PC at a time. Now we're giving these devices access to the VLAN 10. So we added these into VLAN 10. Now let's do VLAN 20. Sorry. Okay, we brought up interface for the VLAN. Now let's go ahead and assign it some IP address. And this is 192.168.10. And now we're also going to give it an IP helper to point it to the server. So let me let you see. So you can see our server is a /30 on the 10.5.50 network. So the default gateway is going to be 1, which means we're going to point this to point 2. Oops, fat finger. Okay, now let's do the same thing for VLAN 20. I'm going to give it an IP address. Of 192.168.20. Subnet mask. Sorry guys, fat fingering a lot over here. Now let's give it an IP helper address. The same address for the server. Okay, now we want to, oops. Go into interface, Giga, Ethernet, 0.1. Get a no switch port. Get that an IP address. It's 10.1.1.0.24. So we could give it a 10.1.1.2. And want to bring it up, so we're going to do a no shut down. And now let's configure the OSPF. Wildcard mask. Do the same thing for network. It says incomplete. Network 192.168.10.0. 0.0. Why is that in? Of course, I didn't specify the area. This is area 1, you guys. Now we'll do the same thing for VLAN 20. And we also do the same thing for the 10.1.1.0 network. Okay, that should be all. for this switch, let's run a show IP interface brief. And the most important thing you can see is up. The status and the protocol are both up. So that's very important, because if it wasn't up, PCs are then stuck in the dead end street. They can't get out. And we can also show the VLAN while we're here. And as you can see, we have VLAN 10 and VLAN 20, the PCs configured on them. Okay, let's go to router 1. And now we're going to be doing interface G001. Okay, we're going to give it an IP address so we can communicate. 10.1.1.1, because we gave that as our 2. 0. Do a no shut. Now you can see that line is up. Okay, now let's configure OSPF. So this has us split in area 1 and area 0, the backbone area. So we're going to be giving it 2 network address. And this would be for area 1. And then let me check. Let's say it's 10. Yeah, 10.2. Okay. And this would be area 0. Nice. Now from here, we can also do a show IP OSPF neighbor. And you can see that the state is full. So that's a good thing. Shows that we're connected. And that's all we have here for router 2. Let me see. So this is the route on the stick. Okay, and 10.3 network, and also to the server. Okay, let's do router 3. Okay, the first interface we're gonna call is, let me take a look. Okay, we're gonna call O2O. This is a serial connection. We're gonna give it an IP address of 10.2.2.2. And we're also going to give it an IP helper. No, we don't need to give this one an IP helper because this is on a router. This is the backbone router that's connected straight to the server. So let's just do a no shut. Okay, now that's up. We got exit. And let me see. Make this smaller. Okay. So we're going to do serial that's connecting the area 2 network and the router 3 to the backbone. And this. We're going to get us an IP address of 10.3.3. Let's do that too. No shut. Okay, now we could do the old one that's connected to the server. Let's get out of here first. Oh, I know what I did. I fat fingered. Okay. And now we can give this one an IP address. And that's 10.5.5.1. Because the server is on 2. Remember, guys, the default gateway is 1. And also remember that this is a /30, so it's a 252 at the end. And last but not least, let's do the interface with a route on a stick. And that is G-O. So 3 O's, yes. The physical chart link for switch, I want to say switch 3. Okay. And let's do a no shut. Okay, now we have to tag the traffic because we have VLAN 50 and VLAN 60. So let's go ahead and tag that traffic. Oh wait, let me exit out first. Okay, first let me. And how we do it is the dot 50. All right. And now we get encapsulate. So, let's get this an IP address. 192.168.50.1. Nice. Also, we're gonna to the server with the IP helper address. Which is 10.5.5.2. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing for VLAN 60. Nice. And then we're going to encapsulation. And this one is 60. Give it an IP address. 192.168.60.1. And we also want to point it to the IP helper. Okay. Now let's configure the OSPF. So router 1. Okay, we're going to do the network for the area 0. So we got a couple of networks, 10, 3, 10, 2, 10, 5. Okay, let's start the network. 10, 2. This will all be area 4. We could do Okay, now let's do network 10.5. And this is a /30, so it's 3. Okay. Now let's do the networks for the VLANs. 50 and 60 that we encapsulated or we tagged. And last but not least, let's do 60. Okay, we're gonna come back here. But first, let me just configure this switch. And this is just a basic switch. But we need to put it in the trunk mode. Interface range, okay. We're gonna do a switch mode, access, the switch, access, VLAN 50. We're gonna do a range F. And also VLAN 60. And then we want to bring up the port, and I believe that port is 001. Let's see. Oops. Yeah, it's 01. Okay. So we're gonna make this trunk port. Yeah, so if we check here, what we did was we did the VLAN and made it a trunk port. Okay. So now we go back to router 2. Show the interface trunk. Oh, it's here. And you can see that the trunk ports are up. We tagged it. Okay. I also should be able to ping the server. Let's see. And that's 10. Oh no, not yet because I haven't configured it yet. So disregard. Okay. Moving on to VLAN 30 and VLAN 40. We're almost there, you guys. IP routing. Don't forget that it's very important. This is VLAN 30 and VLAN 40. Okay. Interface range. F1, 2, 2. And then we're going to do a switch port mode access. Okay, we're going to do switch port access VLAN 30. And we'll do the same thing for VLAN 40. So that's F1, 3 to 4. Sorry, but let me put it out. Then we're going to do this switchboard access to VLAN 40. Okay. Now we're going to go into interface VLAN 40. Let's start with 30. Bring that up and give it an IP address. And that's going to be 192.168.40.1. Hold on, this is VLAN 30, I'm sorry. Yeah, 30. Still putting in 40. Work with me, guys. 30.1, 255, 255, 255, 0. IP helper address. This is 10.5.5.2. And now we're going to go interface VLAN 40. give it an IP address 192.168. Helper address. Okay, now we want to bring up this interface, this port. Okay, so this is interface. And then do switch. Zero. No, this is for IP address. I'm sorry. I need a subnet mask. And this is the network. And it need to be 2. Okay. Work 2. Then 10.5.5. Fat finger. 10.5.5. 2.5. That 0. Okay. And also no shit. And then let's configure so OSPF, which is called out. Then give it the network of 192.168.30.0. Programs. Area 2. And let's do the same thing for VLAN 40. And then let's do the same thing for the 10.4 network. Okay, now let's switch to the router so we could bring this up. You can see it's still down. So yeah, let's go to the okay. That's interface. 1 second, let me scoot this over a little. It's kind of hard to see. There you go, 001. Okay. IP address. Serial connection. All that. Tool.1 -1. Give it an IP address. 3. Last but not least, access configure the OSPF. And this and that right. 10.4. Recording yourself, the computer glitches and go up slow. Kind of mess me up. And you know, that's in area 2. And the other one, the other side of the interface, the serial connection is area 0. So don't want to forget that. Okay, that went through. And the only thing left for us to do, make sure all my interfaces are up. Because this interface is still down. Yeah. So I need to see why it's down. Come on, open up. There we go. Okay. And that was serial. That's 020. Yeah. Because if I don't have a connection there, then it's kind of like, but why is it no shut? Okay, let me go here and make sure I configured it on router 1. That's 020. Okay. Everything is green. Okay. Now let's configure the server. So let's get some connection. So configure the DHCP server, and oh, it's not responding. Give it a second, guys. Okay, we're back. Nice. Okay, make this 10.52. Subnet mask is 255. That 255, 255, 252. And the default gateway is 1 to 10. Nice. Now let's go to services, DHCP, turn it on. And that's his name, VLAN 10. And default gateway is 192.168.10.1. I don't have to worry about that right now. 192.168.10. And we can start it at 11. Zero. And let's edit. And now let's do the same thing for every VLAN, guys. So VLAN 20. Change this to a 20. Yeah. Next we have VLAN 30. Start the IP at a 30. At 11. Last but not least, VLAN 60. Add and then save. Okay, now is the moment of truth, you guys. Let's see if we can get our IP address assigned by the DHCP server automatically. And if we could ping, you know, VLAN 10 could ping VLAN 60, 40, 30, 20. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to IP configuration and DHCP. And it failed, but let's try it again. And it failed again, guys. So let's go back and see what I done wrong. Try one more time. I think we're failing. Okay. Let me go back to the server. It's on. Everything looks good here. VLAN 10, 192.168, 10.1. Yeah, so let's see if it fails again. It's not responding. Okay, it's coming. Computer's going really slow while recording. And it's still failing. Let's see if this side, because maybe it's the router one. Let's check. Still filling. Oh, look. Now it's successfully going through. Let's think this recording app and my service here where I'm at isn't the best. Okay, let's bring up PC1. I was about to have to start pinging and trace route because in networking, that's what happens. You always have to fix something. Well, it still failed on this side, which is strange. Okay, let's figure out why is it spelling on this side. Yeah. Okay, let me see if I could ping the server. X that out. X this out. So I can't ping the server. So we're gonna have to go back to the router. I'm gonna see if I can ping the router. Let's see, that's failing. Can I ping? Okay, let's see. interface brief here. Two, stars is not up. And as you can see, I have this here. So let's go back into router 1 and see what's going on. Oh, it's not assigned the IP, I mean, it didn't assign the IP address. Okay, let's fix that. Let's see. So, interface serial of 2/0 IP address 10.2.1 255.255.0. And while I'm here, let me make sure I configured the router OSPF 1. Okay, and let's give it a network for the 10.1.1.0, and then subnet, and this is area 1. And let's do the other side for area 0. Make sure network 10.2.0.0.0.255 area 0. Okay, exit, and that show. Okay, and it's up. Good, but serial, okay, it's 2.6.7. Okay, and let's see if we can get my IP address now. And it's successful. So that was the problem, you guys. As you can see, it started off at 192.168.10.11. Okay, so now 20. This took longer than expected. It's different when you're recording yourself. Very different. Okay. VLAN 20 successful. We seen that VLAN 30 was successful earlier, or a few minutes ago. Oh, now this computer's giving me trouble. Okay. Yep, see, 30.11, that was successful. I see VLAN 40. And 40 failed. Let's try it again. Okay, now it's successful. 40.12. Now let's try 50 and 60. And we're going to try to ping and see if it go through. Can move through the network. Okay, 50. The router on the stick successful. 50.11. And let's see, 60. And then let's ping. And we've done it. But not yet, you guys. Not yet. And that was successful. 60.11. Okay. So now let's ping. Okay. Let's ping 192.168.50. We on 60. So 50.11. Okay. First one timed out. So but that went through. Now let's do 40. I think 40 was dot, 40 was 12. I went through, you guys. Let's do 30. I think 30 was 11. First one timed out. Being successful for VLAN 30. Let's try VLAN 20. VLAN 20 went through. And last but not least, VLAN 10. And VLAN 10 went through, as you can see, and we configured the multi-area VLAN network. We also used the route on the stick method for, VLAN what's 50 and 60. So thanks guys for watching. Hopefully you was able to do it along with me and learn something new today. Like, share, and comment for more. Have a good day. Bye.